New Orleans runs its public schools differently from the ways other American cities do. After Hurricane Katrina, most public schools in the city were converted to independently run charter schools. NOLA Public Schools and its governing body, the Orleans Parish School Board, set some standards for these schools, but they are run autonomously. Public education spending, about $650 million each year, mainly flows directly to schools. Charter schools are able to receive this revenue directly, unlike in a traditional school system where funding flows through a centralized district office. The amount of revenue received is per pupil and based on total enrollment. Students with various special needs receive a higher per pupil amount. Most of this money comes from three main sources: local taxes, funding from the state of Louisiana, and funding from the federal government. Federal funds support economically disadvantaged students, students with disabilities, teacher professional development, and mental and behavioral health services. But most schools don't receive enough public money to fund all the educational programs they need to fully support students. Act 91, passed in 2016, required NOLA Public Schools to establish a district-level funding allocation process to guide funding to schools based on student characteristics. Changes to the district-level formula will take effect in 2021. Currently, information on the positions or resources schools purchase with the additional funding they receive to serve students with special characteristics, such as students with disabilities and English language learners, is not centrally collected. This makes it difficult to understand what support services are needed and their true cost. It also makes it impossible to know how we can maximize our limited resources to meet the needs of our most vulnerable students. What can be done? Understanding how resources are currently being used across schools to support students with special characteristics is the most important thing we can do right now. NOLA Public Schools has the authority to collect this data centrally and can support schools and the broader public in identifying ways resources can be reorganized to best meet students' needs. This may include a myriad of strategies, up to returning some funding responsibilities to the central office. By practicing transparency and collaboration between schools, the school board, policymakers, and the general public, we can move towards a future where all students, no matter their school assignment or unique learning needs, have the resources they need to thrive. Do you want to shape the next paradigm shift in New Orleans education? Join a community of education visionaries and learn more at Black Brilliance Institute.